Hey there, viewers. It's July 24th, 2020. I'm here today with Lego set number 42056, the LegoPorsche. And helping me is the cat, Sweetie. So if you bought this set, this is what you get. Exactly. You're not making this easy, cat. Little detail of the tire. It's pretty cool. Another picture of it right here. And then you get some technical specs. Looks pretty neat. It's got a little dashboard there, a glove box with a serial number, suspension, 6-cylinder engine, seats, there it is from the top. Made all over the place. So when you open this thing, this is what you get. And the instructions are pretty immersive. It's a fairly large deal to build. These are the little parts that were left over when I was done. But unfortunately this set is flawed, and I'll tell you about that briefly. If you build this set according to the directions, you're going to have a problem when you get to this step. Take a sidetrack here. How much was this thing? $300 in 2016. I gave up on this thing the first time I tried to build it, and it's because of what happens right here. This arm is what shifts the gears into transmission. There's one on each side of the car, and in fact you can kind of see a little bit more about the detail on how it works right here. You snap that whole assembly in, and this piece right here is the reason why it doesn't work right from the factory. Alright, so here is the completed model, and the issue with the transmission is this piece right here. And it's actually mounted on a rubber block down at the very bottom. It's just designed to make this a little springy. And if you look at the directions, it shows that piece facing the other way. If you build it like that, it won't work. Now when you pull the shifter, what's actually happening in here, you can see that it has to lever on there to make the thing turn. Okay? And then it has to slip past it. See that? Slip past. Now, if you look down into the car a little bit, right here, that orange piece is one of the shifters. See here? And you see how it's perfectly horizontal. There's 4 positions for this. It should be in one of the 90-degree positions, up, down, left, or right. Now, if you watch carefully what happens when you shift gears with this, what actually happens is it'll go to about the right spot right there, and as you let go, it pulls it back slightly. Now, that isn't too far. It's much better this way than it was from the factory, but you can see it's still not quite perfect. And you can shift it both ways. If I use the shifter on the other side, which I'll show you right here, there's one on each end. If you do that way, you'll see that that piece will rotate the opposite direction, and then I go this way and it will go the other way. That's the biggest flaw I have with this set. You can see the inside's pretty neat. The steering does work, and if you turn the wheel, you can see the front wheels do work. There's a little disc brake inside here. So we'll just kind of go around the whole car real quick. In the front, you can see some of the moving components. Steering rack and tie rods and so on. This actually is a piece of luggage. I didn't put all the stickers on it yet. It's supposed to say Porsche on it, I think. So now if we go around, if you look inside the top, you'll see that there's a shifter right here in the front that says R, N, and D, D and R. That does actually flip the direction of the gearbox from forward to reverse. And if you come back here, if you look down in there, you can see that yellow part is part of the crankshaft for the engine, but it's very difficult to see the pistons. They're basically covered up. But anyway, you can see I'm turning the tire, and you can see the engine is rotating in there. So, and it's turning counterclockwise. So now we come up here, flip this to the R setting, and come back down here, turn the wheel the same way, and you'll see that it actually starts to turn. It's turning clockwise now, so the reverse works. And then the other thing you can do is each gear is actually a separate ratio. So I'll switch it to another gear here, and let's turn it. Okay, you can see that it's spinning a little faster there now. I'm turning this tire the same speed. Try the next gear. That's turning pretty slow. Let's try the next gear. It's turning a little bit faster. A little bit slower maybe. And then that one's pretty fast. So that's what happens with the driveline. The rear actually has a differential. If I flip this over on its side, it's a lot easier to see it. So you can see there's quite a bit going on in here. There's the engine. And there's quite a few things turning here. This connection right here is actually the shifter. So you can manually change the gears right here. And you can see the orange piece that generates that right here. So I've actually just switched gears. Now if I turn this, it'll turn the crankshaft at a different speed. It also has suspension, so we have four-wheel working suspension. And of course both doors open. And if you go around to the passenger side, over here, if you open the glove box, there's the serial number brick for this set. So the only major flaw is the way the shifter works. That doesn't work right unless you fix it. But everything else about this set is actually pretty nifty. So there it is, the Lego Porsche. Thanks for watching.